It's a sick week in this household.
Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina, aka Northwest Reader, and this is my weekly wrap-up. It's been a week. So difficult. At some point last week, my son got sick, and he is still sick. And it's been a full week of sickness. It's the first time he's ever been sick. First time we've had to deal with him being sick, like trying to get him to feel better. So we're going through it currently. Needless to say. But I was able to get some reading done though, which is a miracle. So this past week I finished 3 books. One of them I'm not going to talk about because I did a reading vlog for it that I'm trying to edit. Trying to find time to edit. But if you follow my Goodreads, you should be able to figure out which book it was. But the 2 other books I finished. I finished this one from as an audiobook from my library, and it's Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave it 3 stars, like 3.5, 3 stars. I thought it was decent, but it's pretty much the same storyline kind of as The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It follows Mick, which is one of her husbands from that book, and he just had like a snippet from what I can remember from that book. Like, they got married in the Evelyn book, and then they got an annulment right away. It was one of those type of marriages, but it follows his marriage and all of his kids. So that's what the whole book is about. And I thought it was decent. I really enjoyed the sibling dynamic, and I think that's what I love so much about this author's books is the fact that she goes back in time. She bounces back and forth between like the kids' parents, Mick and June, and their relationship, and then jump back into the present, which is actually the past for us, but into the present, and this party that the kids that are, they're older, they're not like kids, but I love the jumping of the timelines and perspectives and stuff. And I thought it was decent. I really enjoyed it as a whole. The part that totally lost me was at the party where this all kicks off the story. There are party guests, and for some reason, the author goes into the background of like 8 different people. And it's not for a super long amount of time, but for some reason she gives details about like a person's past relationship, and then a little bit of a future for them, like, oh, this is where they met at this party, this couple, and this person's past in this relationship. It was a little overwhelming for me, and it didn't add to the story at all for me. For some reason, I just don't get the reasoning behind sharing so much details about side of a character of a story, you know? It just seems so, I just didn't care. And it took up a chunk of it. Like, the amount of people that she went over all this stuff with, like, I just did not understand it. Like, why? Like, I'd rather she like cut all that out or put more energy into like the main characters of the book. It was just so bizarre. And then the ending, I thought it was like cute, and it was like, oh yay, happy, and not the most believable, but it just, I wasn't as satisfied with the ending, I guess. I wanted a little bit more of something, and I don't know, but I thought it was okay. So the next book I finished, it was an audiobook. It was an arc from NetGalley. But it's The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay. Also, a lot goes on. But it's about this teenage girl who moves back to her father's, plural, their hometown, and they're ghost hunters. And once her one father goes back before they do, her other father and her, a teenage boy disappears, and then slowly teenagers are being picked off. So something weird's going on, and people suspect it's the ghost hunters, like they're doing something for a ploy for their TV show or something. It was kind of interesting. It's a sapphic romance. There's just gay all over this book, and I loved it. I enjoyed it so much, between the fathers and the main character and her love interests and stuff. I was living for all that. But the meat of it, the story as a whole, it was just kind of, I felt like it was just all over the place. Like, there was a lot happening all of a sudden. And I was not really lost, but kinda, and at the same time, I just didn't care. Maybe I'm just having an off week because of just all the chaos that's happening for me right now, but I was just not into it, or I wasn't really feeling it. So and then the ending, I felt like it was just completely, like, not believable. But again, there's the whole story isn't, like, believable anyways. It's not even on the realm of reality, but for some reason, the ending, I was like, there's no freaking way. There's no way. No way. So, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed the love relationships in the book, but that was about it. Yeah. So yeah, 3 stars. So what am I currently reading? I'm reading so many books because I've just been hopping around on all of them. Just my usuals as last week. I'm just going to say them real quick. Darkest Hours, Sober Girl Society, Shade, The Brother's Curse, and the one book I started, it's an e-arc. I've been eyeing it, and then once the author said that she is putting out, like, she's open to having reviewers review it, I was like, heck yeah. So I got Waif by Samantha Kolsnick. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her last name, because I heard it pronounced a different way, but it's pretty good so far. I just read a little bit of the beginning just to get the vibe of it, and I forget how well Samantha writes. She's a good writer, really good. I've only read true crime by her, but this is about this lady who is in this abusive marriage, and she becomes obsessed with this man of her dreams at a supermarket one day. And it's just, from what I can just see how weird it's going to get. And I love that we're in her mind during all this. So she's rationalizing her obsessiveness and her stalking and wild stuff. And it's just, it's the type of book I like. I really enjoy this type of stuff. So I am continuing to read it. My son's crying right now. I'm just going to try to finish this real quick. So yeah, Waif by Samantha Kolsnick. I am sorry if you can hear him crying. He's okay. I can see him. He's just laying there upset. So those are the books I'm currently reading. Okay, so a few days ago, I went to Half Price Books, and I got a couple. So the first book I got was in the discounted section, Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. There's something about dead kids or disappearances or something like that. I didn't really read a whole lot into it. I just saw that it was cheap and it's a hardcover, so I got that. And then this one is called The Recovering Intoxication and Its Aftermath. Look how chunky it is. Yeah, it was like $9.50. But yeah, it's about addiction and stuff, and obviously that's what I'm all about right now, and I haven't heard of this one, so. And I love these type of books. The big and floppy ones. That's what she said. So yeah. Anyways, so that's about it. Nice, short and sweet. I gotta go see my little boy is doing okay. And my son just has a cold. So he's like really stuffy. He's not coughing. He doesn't have a fever. He's just, his nose is stuffy. So he's not sleeping comfortably because of it. And I think it's just like messing him up big time. But today I finished, well, last night I finished my Squid Game sticker design. And I did a couple of them. So I was able to print them. I like it. But look how cute. It's trying to focus on her. But yeah, there's this one. It's the full body red light, green light girl doll. And then the same, but with blood on the face. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Looks cool. But I put these up on my Etsy today, so you can get individually, you can get $4 per sticker, or you can get them as a duo, a set, a pair for $1, or $1, yeah, okay girl, $7.50 for both of them. And they're matte, they are matte layered, like, yeah, on top of it. And yeah, I got my machine to cut. I finally got them to work, so I was able to do that. And I'm happy with how they turned out. So if you want these, go and get it. I'm currently, let's talk about watching. I haven't seen this show yet, but I wanted to design that. I am on episode 4? I want to say 4 of Midnight Mass. I got the green light from my husband to go watch it by myself because he wasn't really into it after the first episode, so I was like kind of waiting to watch it with him as like a couple, but he wasn't into it, so I was like, okay, sweet. So I started watching it, and then he's on a trip right now, so he was packing in the living room while I was like continuing to watch it. He was like doing the like, oh, I'm working, I'm doing stuff, but I'm like watching TV at the same time. And now he's into it. So, but he's gone for the week, so we're watching separately because I want to continue watching it and I want to design something for it. And I think episode 3, like there was a reveal and I'm like, holy shit. Like I get it. I get the old age makeup now. I kind of figure out like what's going to happen. And I'm super pumped about it. Because the old age makeup on the show is awful. Awful. Absolutely awful. Like there's one person where I was like, that doesn't look too bad. But then there's like some of them just, it's weird. It's like a full on, looks like a Halloween mask. Like it just looks cheap and not good. And yeah, but I'm getting to the parts where I've seen people talk about like with the dog and cats and stuff, and I can see why people would get upset. So if you're sensitive to animal cruelty, animal stuff, I probably would skip those parts. But I'm going to continue watching that this week, and then hopefully have some type of design to put up on my shop. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna edit this probably tonight or something. I don't know. But thank you for watching so much. Hopefully I can get some more reading done this week. We'll see. Because I'm just like currently obsessed with designing stuff, and I have a couple of commission works I need to get back into. I stepped away from them just because I designed some stuff and I didn't like it 100%. So I step away, clear my brain a little bit, and then see where I'm at. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Halloween is just around the corner. Do you have costumes? What are you going to do for Halloween? We're probably staying in, not doing anything. But again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.